Nancy with Creative Cutz. Thanks for joining me. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do a quick and easy binding for a small word album like this one. Now this one just has 3 pages, and I'm using it as a card, so I've just cut it on a fairly light cardstock. So I've already gone ahead and glued each of the letters to the background page shape. And the next thing I need to do is do a little bit of scoring. So I'm going to set that to the side and bring in my scoreboard. Now I'm going to be binding the edge, and then I need to be able to open the card. So I need to score the front of the card, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so you can see that that's going to let me open the card very easily now. And I'm going to do that on the second page as well. Now because my card, my album is only 3 pages, I'm going to score both the first and the second page at 1/2 inch. If I was using heavier paper, or if my album was more pages, I might need to slightly adjust the width of the scoring on the left-hand side each progressive page to allow the book to open nice and evenly. But for this one, scoring it at 1/2 inch on both is going to work just fine. Okay, and I'll just give that a little fold. Now I'm not going to score the final page because that's just going to stay flat as I open the card. So I've got my 3 pages all scored. I'll set those aside. Now I've also cut another strip of paper, and this piece of paper needs to be the entire height of the album that you're cutting. So in this case it's about 5 1/4 inches high, and then it needs to be 1 1/4 inches wide plus whatever the width of your spine is. Now in this case again I've just got 3 fairly thin pages, so my spine isn't very wide. But again, if I was working with more pages or with heavier paper, I might need to add a little bit more width onto this piece of binding paper to allow for that. So on this piece as well, on the back side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'm just going to set my scoreboard to the side. Fold so it's ready to go. Now with my album, I'm just going to line up those edges, and just to hold the pages in place, I'm going to staple them. Now you could actually glue each of the pages as well inside of the score line, but I'm going to staple them. That's just a little bit quicker and easier. Okay, so now I've got my album and each of my pages opens nicely. Now I'm going to take my strip of binding paper, and because this is for a male, I've just left this edge straight. But of course if the album was for a woman or a little girl or something like that, you could cut a decorative edge on that to make it a little bit fancier. And then all I need to do is just fit it over top of the edge like that, and then glue it in place. So just a little bit of glue on both sides. And you want enough on the edges so that it'll hold the edges down nicely without oozing out too much. And then I just fit that over top, cover up my staples nicely, and press it in place and just give that a minute to dry. Okay, and you can see that the binding is a little bit wider on the back than it is on the front, which is exactly what I wanted. And then again, I can open up the pages of my album nice and easy. Now once that's dry, of course I can add, you know, a little bit of ribbon onto that, or some twine if it's for a man, baker's twine, anything you like to dress that up, and then go on in and finish the card or the album. So that's a quick and easy way to bind these pretty little word albums, and they make a great card or gift for Father's Day or any other occasion.